Hey there, comic book fans. I am back from the comic shop again this week. There was a big week at the comic shop, especially due to the fact that half my comics didn't come in last week because Lunar lost the boxes of comics to ship to my store. So I got 14 comics this week. I think 6 of them were actually from last week. Plus, I got a couple of things from eBay to show you. But first, we'll start with the top of the printer covers I had this week. Went with some Cherry Pop-Tart, the adult comic by, all of a sudden I forget this guy's name. Larry Wenser? Says something up there with his name in it, but I forgot. I think Larry Wentz, it maybe, did Cherry Pop-Tart. And then we got a Thing, Jack of Hearts, and there's a signature on here that just says Chick Stone. So I didn't know he penciled anything. But there's Chick Stone, I guess, penciling and inking. And a little Wentz, I think it is. Larry Wentz. I should have looked that up, but for some reason I thought I knew it. There you go. There were the 2 that were on the top of my printer all week. And the 2 I got off of eBay are, I've been buying those Submariner covers like I've shown you, the 10th anniversary Marvel ones. For some reason, it's not for some reasons, because Wilson was talking about them on our Friday night show, and he'd always wanted to collect the supervillain team-up issues. And I have most of them, but I always meant to fill out the collection just because I always kind of liked it, and they were always cheap to get. I think I'm missing 3 issues of supervillain team-up. Oh, 4. 1, 4, 5, and 7. But then I discovered there were 2 giant-size issues of supervillain team-up. And I paid, I think, together with shipping and tax and everything, $10 a piece. They were a set. So it was $20 for both of them. And one looks like this one probably I'd say is a 6.5. There's a lot of schmutz up in the black. And this one looks more like a 7. So they're in decent shape. I haven't actually opened them to look at them. Just got them today. And let's see. This was Frank Wilson and Giacoya. Ron Wilson and Frank Giacoya did that one. And this is Gil Kane and Al Milgrom did that one. I looked them both up earlier today. That's Kane and Milgrom. That's Ron Wilson and Frank Giacoya on that one. Look, I didn't even know there were. Actually, I knew and had forgotten probably. But it's like, I paid $10 for these, but I have no idea. I'd buy a lot of the. Like the last I knew, these would be like dollar books. But the last time I was searching through dollar books was the 90s. So, these are 50-year-old books now. So maybe, I don't know if there are any real Bronze Age comics in the dollar bins anymore. I don't even know where dollar bins are. So I ended up paying, $10 if I had bought these in the 90s, I would have paid $1 for them. But, I had to wait 30 years. So we got those 2. And I still have a few Submariners I need too, the 10th anniversary ones. But on to this week's stuff. We've got Local Man, issue number 11. Looks like he's whiting out this Local Man picture. There's the flip cover that's supposed to look like it's from the 90s. Local Man is the disgraced superhero who had to move back to his own hometown. Co-creators, writers, Tony Fleece and Tim Seeley. Farmington art by Tony Fleece and a backside art by... I've been liking Tony Fleece's writing. His art on this is terrific. But Feral is one he's writing, and the other one, Uncanny Valley, he's writing. So I got to say, I like his art, and I also like his writing, Tony Fleece. F-L-E-E-C. So this has been a good book. I've enjoyed that one. Another issue of World Tree is here, number 11. Pretty cool cover. I think she's an FBI agent with one eye. This one feels a little thicker than normal, too. But this is the cyberpunk story where something that lives beneath the internet, the truth is on worldtree33.net. So there's something that wants to take over the entire world, some sort of artificial intelligence that lives in somehow beneath the internet. So that's been trying to take over, and our band of heroes has been trying to stop them. They don't know how, though. And then we see another Eric Larson smash hit. Oh, yeah, who does World Tree? James Tinian The fourth, Fernando Blanco, is the art and colors by Jordi Belair, letters by Aditya Bidikar. Savage Dragon is by Eric Larson. And Mickey Mouse, now that he's in the public domain, at least the Steamboat Willie version, has become a character in Savage Dragon, and not a very sympathetic one either. He's a sexed up rodent with delusions of stardom has gone to his head. But superhero book, Savage Dragon is always fun. Oh, nice back cover. Eric Larson keeps it interesting for us. Good stuff. Then we got Rogue Sun, issue number 20 in the Massive Verse. The Massive Verse is a Image Comics, a bunch of people who publish through Image Comics have their own universe. Radiant Black is the other one. And this is a kid who's got a super suit that he inherited from his father that makes him a superhero. And I don't know where we left. We just ended a big story. So they've been kind of picking up the pieces after the big story. Who's this one by? Nick Parrott and Ryan Parrott and Nick Cotton are the writers. The one named artist, Abel. Natalia Marquez is the colorist, and Becca Carey is the letterer. So that one's been fun. Then here are 2 issues of Radiant Black, 29 and 29.5. Whoops, wrong way. And this issue with the point, I think this is our last 0.5 issue. With the 0.5 issues, it's split off into 2 timelines because there are 2 friends at different points wore the super suit, the Power Ranger suit, to become Radiant Black. And now one of them, they can only choose one of them to now be Radiant Black to fight this war. So in the one book, the one guy has the suit, and the other book, the other timeline, the other guy has the suit. I think they joined back together with third. I think one of the guys is screwing up, and his timeline is going to end. Then we got the Principles of Necromancy, issue 3. I compare this one to Ice Cream Man, except this doctor here. What's his name? Dr. Eyes. Look, there's a conference of Doctor. There's our lead character, Dr. Eyes. In the first 2 issues, he's gone to different towns and done wacky medical experiments and got involved with death and war and stuff like that. But it's a horror book. Like I said, I'd most compare it to Ice Cream Man, except unlike Ice Cream Man, the lead character is actually involved in the story. But it's been good stuff. And I just found out here's another Massive Verse book, though I haven't figured out how this one ties into the other ones. No/1. This one is issue 9 of 10. I didn't even realize it was a 10 issue one. Oh, who does the Principles of Necromancy? I didn't say. Jackson Lanzig and Colin Kelly are the writers, and Kaman Winkle is the artist, and Jay Photos is the colorist, with Sean Lee as the letterer on that one. And this one, No One, has got Kyle Higgins and Brian Buccellato are the writers. Geraldo Borges is the artist. Mark Englert is the colorist, and Hassan Atsmain Elhau is the letterer. But this one's kind of police procedural with some superhero elements in it, and some journalistic elements in it. No One was the nom de villain, superhero, whatever. It was the nom de superhero of this guy. Is he a hero? Is he not? He's trying to take out like the people who are doing evil in the world. There's a nice panel. Doing evil in this town. I forget what town it's in. But they're like normal. They're like normal behind the scenes people who are like exploiting people and doing evil stuff. But they seem to be normal people to the world. But no one is like, these guys aren't gonna get away with it anymore. But then there was all sorts of, like, the police procedural stuff comes into it when they think they arrested him, but it was a policeman's son, but was it really him? Now there's a copycat. Now there's a real one, too. What's going on? We'll find out in issue 9 and 10. Then we got Monstrous, issue 52? 52 by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. This one's been good. High fantasy. Lots of animal characters and humans, big wars going on. Whose side's going to win? Who are the good guys? Who are the bad guys? monstrous is too complicated to explain, except to say the lead character has this old god monster living in her. That's one of them. The old gods who have been banished to some other plane of existence. Well, one of them is living in this young woman. And what does that mean for this war? So it's been good stuff. And here's the first issue. Feels like a 48-page one. Free agents: Kurt Busiek, Fabian Nicieza, Stefan Mooney, Triona Farrell, and Comicraft on the letters. So let's see. Stephen Mooney is the artist. Triona Tree Farrell is the colorist. So I picked this one up to give it a shot. I guess it's a superhero book. Kurt Busiek and Fabian Nicieza. Nicieza are old-time superhero writers, so they've been around for a while. I don't think I've read anything by Fabian in a while. So, looks like a wraparound cover. I look forward to trying that out. Oh, here's that other Tony Fleecs book. Tony Fleecs is writing this one. Trish Forstner and Tone Rodriguez are drawing it with Brad Simpson on color. So this is the Feral, the story of these. It's a zombie story with cats. There's a huge rabies outbreak, and the humans are just having to kill all the animals. And these house cats got let out, and they're trying to make it home and survive, be out there in the wild with all the rabies animals. Like I said, it's sort of a zombie story, so that's been fun. Department of Truth, number 23. Little JFK cover. This is the big conspiracy book. I haven't seen an issue of this in a while. Ooh, nice. There's another James Tynion the Fourth book, right? He's our writer, James Tynion the Fourth. Artist is Martin Simmons. Letter is Aditya Bidikar. So this one's all about conspiracies and the Department of Truth. If enough people believe in a conspiracy, it rewrites history and becomes truth. So the Department of Truth is trying to stop that from happening. Or get their own truth out there. So that's what this has been about all along. And there's all sorts of factions vying for each other. Issue 3 of Bear, Pirate, Viking, Queen. This is the one that's hard to describe. It's sort of poetic. There's a swimming bear was in the beginning, then a pirate took over. Now the pirate rides the bear into London. Then a Viking showed up, and now the Viking rides the bear, and the Viking is in London trying to burn it down, but the Queen shows up with her army, and they're going to fight the Viking in this issue. And the Viking may have superpowers. Who knows? It's been a fun 2 issues so far. I'm sure it'll be a fun 3. And here, the last comic I got this week is Grindle, the Devil's Crucible Defiance. Matt Wagner and Brendan Wagner. His son is on the colors. Matt Wagner is writing and drawing. This is Grendel Prime stuff. I did a long review of Grendel Devil by the Deed Master Edition on our Friday night show. I think it was last Friday night or the one before. I can't even remember, but really liked Grendel Devil by the Deed Master Edition. So I'm sure I'll like this too. The last Grendel miniseries was kind of like Star Trek. He was out there searching in strange new worlds. Don't know what this one's going to be about, but we'll give that a read. All right, let me show you a little of my artwork before I go. I got something new to show you. First, let's see. Here's an envelope of work. Back in 21, there's 2/3/21. I was working on this color ink technique, where everything is made with just strokes of color technique. So I was adapting that to some of my comic book covers. So I decided to pull out my Psychedelic Dreamer series and do some comic book covers, not with marker, but with just strokes of ink. As you can see here, this whole thing is done just with strokes of it, much denser than that stuff I did back in 21. That sounds funny, back in 21. But this is the first one I did. I like the way this one came out. I've been working on some full figure stuff, which is a little trickier, but like I said, it's all made up of brush strokes and not marker like I usually use on these Dreams of Things covers. trying to get it a little more psychedelic for our psychedelic dreamers. So, like I said, I think that first one came out. I got a second one done too, which I'll show you sometime. But I think like I said, the second one is a full figure, so I found it a little bit harder than the big, than the 3/4 or whatever this is called. I can't even remember now. Just the face and shoulders figure. But I like the way this one came out, and I may keep doing some more of those just to see what I can do with the style. All right, some artwork, some comics, and you guys have a good week out there.